I want to try a new topic with you guys. I know all of you are coming here because I am the special needs expert. Now, my oldest client is 95. My youngest client is probably like hours old. And I work all over the world. That's fine. I can go on and on about that. I want to talk about making a super baby. People come and they want to define okay and not okay. I understand where that's coming from, but I want to look at you and explain movement a little bit differently. Let's look at compounded interest. Everybody loves money, right? And so there's an old saying that goes, which do you want, like $1 million or a penny every day that's doubled? Well, what's a penny every day that's doubled, right? It comes out to, so today you have a penny, tomorrow you have 2 pennies. It doesn't look like much. And sometimes when you're starting to work off with your child, especially when they're like a week old, they're not looking at you. They're not going, yo, I want, that's not, you have to know their cries, their gasps, what's going on. And you think that that's it with motherhood. But let me tell you, having to just look at Harvard and MIT for my son, and he ended up at Barrett's Honors, but I want to talk to you about what movement lesson does for cognitive development, for your overall development. So even right now that I'm talking, I have movement, right? So every movement that your baby makes is one more step to their ultimate future. So every time that they're going to roll around unrestrictedly, or that their ability to just explore within this neutralness of the brain is so rare and defined in a short time, we start developing opinions. Whereas you try to feed your kid, let's say, prunes over chickens, they don't like prunes. The opinions will start to come in. Right? And by 2, they're little terrorists, but in a good way, because now language develops. So this is mine, my computer, mine, no, my, and everything, because they're relating to themselves, and that's how their language forms. All of this comes from movement, right? From you driving a car, from you going to Harvard, you want movement. So when someone says, all babies don't roll over 2.5 to 3 months, that might be true. Do you want that for your child? So now let's go back to the penny analogy, right? You want a penny, a penny, a penny. So every time your child's rolling over, look at where their vision's going. Look at where their vision's over. Oh, they get into things. They are working, they're exploring. This develops their personalities, where they are in space. It deviates them from special needs. Right? So the difference between special needs and being okay is movement, right? Oh yes, you might have brain trauma. Yes, you might have had birth trauma. Yes, you might have genetics. The difference between being okay and special needs is movement. Start not defining your child, I had this wonderful girl I worked with who had Down syndrome. There's 3 levels of Down syndrome. She's at her highest level. And I was like, why doesn't she want to be higher? You know what I mean? Like, I never look at a child. Gran has taught me so much. With movements, you have possibilities. So if you want your child rolling over, start with them the first day that they're born. I get it, the first day they're born, they're not going to roll over. But by the time they're ready to roll over, they're going to have the goods. Right? That's what compounded movement is. And that's what you want to look at. So when I wait, let's say your baby's not rolling over by 3 months of age, and you want to wait 3 months. What are you missing? Grabbing the feet, peripheral vision, upper quadrant vision, lower quadrant vision. Oh, can they sit independently? Do they have head control? Are all their reflexes integrated? That's compounded deviation. I don't want compounded deviations for our kids. So let's look at our children with movement, and I'm here to create that super baby. I have a few of them out there, and a few of them doing incredible things because, again, like Claudia's child, right? It was a funny story, some of you know, but he was my newborn assessment. I needed a typical child, natural childbirth, no drugs, which is hard to find, especially the no drugs on the mother part. And then I needed a birth trauma baby. So I had Max and I had Adam, right? So Adam's the one I'm talking about. So now Adam is the 4th born to Claudia, and so her husband was like, did you notice, like, is he doing things different? Like, what is he doing? And she's like, he sees Michelle every week. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So again, there are babies out there that I've had the pleasure of working with just to create movement. And my children are some of my oldest clients in that sense. And so my son in 1 year did 72 credits. He's got a 4.1 average. He's done marching band, winter band. He's in a collegiate a cappella and 2 choirs. Did movement lesson have anything to do with it? Okay, would you want to not do movement lesson and find out? So, and $100,000 in scholarships. So yes, he's quote my okay baby. There was a lot of movement to get him okay. So please, before you're thinking later, Kumon and what it takes to get to those ACTs and all of that, it starts with movement. So compounded interest through movement. So that's how you start creating your super babies. I'm going to have more on this. Thanks for being with Movement Lesson.